Hi, Ted Brooks with Alfra Maglogix, here to talk to you more about safety and ergonomics as it relates to our family of TMC 300 products and all the tools we make from it. When it comes to safety, we're talking about people working by themselves and how difficult it is, how dangerous it can be sometimes to hold steel by yourself. We can solve those problems for you. How about the repetitive stress injuries of taking those magnets and cranking the handle over 90 degrees and having it snap back at you? Maybe you've seen those 180 degrees handles that you've got to use in some companies' magnets, how difficult those are, how much stress they put on your wrist and your elbow. Maybe those bigger lifting magnets where you have to crank them around 180 degrees, that gets, again, stress on the wrist and elbow, and those can snap back violently too. These are the problems that we wanted to address when we developed the TMC family. So let me show you how easy it is to use ours. First, incredibly lightweight. Our TMC 300's got about 660 pounds of holding force or greater. Has a slight residual magnetism when it's in the off position. Just means it's very easy to use. It means you're never chasing it around. It means it holds its own weight. Here's the best advantage. You're not taking a handle and cranking it around like this. That's not how we operate. You're taking just a couple fingers and gently pulling the handle towards you or to the side. That's all it takes to turn it on. That's all it takes to turn it off. And then just a simple lift off of the steel. That means you can do this hundreds of times without the repetitive stress injuries that other types of magnets will give you. That means you're going to find hundreds of uses for a tool like this around the shop. I'll show you those in a moment. More and more safety people at the shops I go to are talking about a no-touch policy. They don't want people getting their fingers crushed and smashed and cut, getting their hands damaged from handling steel or from getting it between two pieces of steel. So they've gone to what they call a no-touch policy. When it comes to a no-touch policy, no magnet can touch ours. This is our TMH50. This is our hand lifter. It goes by a couple different names, granted, but it means that you're never going to have to touch the steel again. At about 660 pounds of holding force or more, you're only allowed to carry 70. This weighs about 4. That means it's got 66 pounds of rated capacity. So we're talking about a 10-to-1 safety factor. When you pick up a piece of steel, it's not going to fall off. We've actually done entire videos just on the hand lifter. But I want to show you how it helps you every day. First, it solves the no-touch policy problem. Second, very easy to turn on and off. Not going to get repetitive stress injuries from doing that. Third, it makes everything you do just that much easier to work on. So I'm going to do something you probably typically do in your shop all the time. Do a simple leveling of two pieces of steel. How about two pieces of steel that are far from the same thickness? I'm going to put the magnet on this piece of steel, overhanging just a little bit. Again, I don't have to touch the steel. I'm going to get it lined up exactly where I want against the other piece. Put it in place, and yeah, it's about going to hold itself. Now, if I'm going to do the weld at this point, I can go ahead and tack it up right here and then take the magnet off and continue the job. If I need to do a little bit more work first, I'll take my base magnet, put it down here on the seam, turn it on simply. Now I know I've got completely flush steel. If I need to get even further away, bring it all the way down here, turn the hand lifter on, and I've got a perfect seam front to back. A lot less touching of the steel, making a two-person job into a one-person job. That's the safety and ergonomics of the Maglogix and Alfra system.